Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YNTAAY Minis. I'm Chris Smith, and this is our 7th annual Tops List. It's the top movies of 2020, which was a very strange year because the theaters were closed for most of the year because of the great pandemic. But there were still a lot of good movies out. So I'm going to review 20 of the movies that are on my list. At number 20, working our way up, it's Sylvias Love. Now, this charming movie was on Amazon Prime, and it is about a couple that meet in the 1950s. This young woman meets a saxophone player, a saxophonist, if you will, in her father's record shop in Harlem, and romance blooms. I found this movie entirely charming, and I didn't know anything about it when I watched it. Now, at number 19 is The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss. And this movie came out in, I believe it was February of 2020, before everything went to hell. And this is only one of 3 movies in my top 20 list that I actually saw at the movie theater. But yes, The Invisible Man is about an abused woman whose torturer, tormentor. I don't think they were married. I think they were just boyfriend and girlfriend, but I can't remember. But he fakes his death, or does he? Yeah, he does. And then he starts terrorizing her as an invisible man. Or is she going crazy? You be the judge. Very disturbing movie, very creepy. It really stayed with me long after the lockdown. Now, and you can watch this movie on Hulu, I'm told. Now, at number 18 is a movie that I found somewhere. It's somewhere on one of the streaming channels. It's Stage Mother. Now, it stars Jackie Weaver, and she is a conservative church choir leader whose son dies of a drug overdose, and he runs a drag bar in San Francisco. And their family, he had a split from his family when they rejected him when he came out as gay. And so she goes to San Francisco to settle his affairs and inherits this drag bar. It's really a very charming and cute movie. And it has Lucy Liu in it, Adrienne Grenier. Yeah, I recommend Stage Mother. Again, very unexpected. Now, number 17 is Hamilton, the filmed version of the Broadway show. It says experience the original Broadway production, and it's on Disney Plus. Now, this movie wasn't supposed to come out into theaters until October of 2021, but when the great pandemic hit, they decided to give us a little gift since we had nothing, and they put this on Disney in time for the 4th of July. I think it started July 3rd. And it really was beautifully filmed. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch Hamilton live on stage, well, even if you have watched it live on stage, you need to watch the filmed version because you will see angles and shots that you never dreamed of seeing. It really is an amazing job. And it's on Disney Plus. Now, at number 16 on my list is Freaky. This is the movie that starred Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton, and it's sort of like Freaky Friday, but with a comedy slasher twist. Now, Vince Vaughn is a serial killer, and Catherine Newton is a teenage girl, and they switch bodies, and she has like 24 hours or something to get back into her body, or she's going to be stuck in the body of a serial killer forever. And, that's fine for him because he seems like he's a teenage girl. And so he's going to get away with murder, and she's trapped in this killer's body. Oh, it's very interesting, and it's very funny, and some marvelously gruesome killings, if you like that sort of thing. In movies, of course, not in real life. We don't like it in real life. Now, at number 15 is, and you can find that on demand. I had to pay $19.99 for Freaky. Can you believe it? And it was in theaters like in November, but my theaters still weren't opened in LA, so I had to pay $19.99. Now, at number 15, and you can watch this one on Netflix, it's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's based on the August Wilson play. And this is directed by George C. Wolfe, who I love. And it was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Actress for Viola Davis and Best Actor for Chadwick Boseman in his final role. And it's about a blues singer. It's set back in the 1920s. And it is quite a very impressive drama. The acting is mwah. And it really is devastating to just think that Chadwick is no longer with us and died so young. But what a last performance he put in. And of course, Viola Davis, you don't even see Viola Davis in this role. I mean, in this character, she's just completely lost in Ma Rainey. So, a bravo to the whole team for that movie. Now, at number 14, this one I remember during the summer was playing in drive-ins around the Los Angeles area, and I sort of wanted to go see it, but I never got out to the drive-in because, yeah. But yes, The High Note. It stars Tracy Ellis Ross and Dakota Johnson. And Tracy plays this woman who's like a superstar diva, singing superstar. And, of course, Dakota is her personal assistant. Can you hear Blackie Humphrey running around? Oh, say hello to everybody, Blackie Humphrey. Mwah. He loved The High Note as well. So Dakota wants to be a record producer. And this movie is about their relationship and what's going on in her journey to try and become a record producer and not be personal assistant. Now that movie you can find on Amazon or HBO Max. Now at number 13 is News of the World, because you need a Tom Hanks movie on your list if you're going to do a tops list. This came out in time for Christmas. I didn't get to see it until February or something like that. It's another one of the 3 movies that I saw in the movie theater. And it is about this man in the 1870, a former captain from the Confederate Army, who encounters a young girl, Joanna, who had been taken by the Indians after her parents were killed. And so he finds her, and it seems like he's the only one who can take her back to her only living relatives. So it's nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Sound, Cinematography, and Original Score. And I really loved it. It was, it's a Western. It's the cinematography is mwah in it. It's very sweeping. It's epic. There's lots of action. You wouldn't think that in 2021 we'd still be like, oh, I want to see a good Western. But a good movie is a good movie, and there's still good movies to be found in Westerns. It's true. So yes, I recommend News of the World. Now, I believe you can find it on Amazon Prime. Now, here's one that you can find on Netflix. It's The Boys in the Band. Now, it's set in 1968, and it's about a group of gay men who are friends and gather for a friend's birthday party on the Upper East Side. and wackiness and drama ensue, as does happen at birthday parties. And now this is from Ryan Murphy. It has the entire original cast from the 2018 Broadway revival of the show. That's by Mart Crowley. That's Mart. Mart Crowley. He wrote the play in 1968, and you know that was filmed, or they did a film version with the 1968 cast in 1970. So here they did the original cast from the 2018 revival and put them in a 2020 movie. Isn't that amazing how everything comes full circle? And we lost Mark Crowley in 2020, I believe. So, yes, it's amazing. It was a really good movie. I would like to watch it again. It's very dramatic and funny, and yeah. Okay, at number 11 is Uncle Frank. Now, this is on Amazon Prime. It's set in 1973. Notice so many things are not set in the present. It's about a young woman who moves from South Carolina to New York City. She's going to go to college, and she learns that her favorite uncle, who's sort of estranged from the family, and he's a college professor, is gay. And then it sort of turns into a road picture because his father, her grandfather, dies, and they must travel back via car to South Carolina. And of course, his live-in life partner, lover, goes too. You can imagine what ensues. Now, for the top 10. At number 10, it's Borat, subsequent movie film. And this is on Amazon Prime. It's a mockumentary follow-up to the 2006 hit Borat, and Sacha Baron Cohen is in it. He's nominated for 2 Academy Awards, or the movie's nominated for 2 Academy Awards, Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Supporting Actress. Maria Bakalova, who plays his daughter, and you can't tell what she looks like here because she's wrapped up as a present, but it is screamingly funny. There are some things in it that I haven't laughed so hard in ages, and I really need a good laugh in 2020. Now, at number 9 is Happiest Season. This movie you can find on Hulu, and it is with Kristen Stewart, and it has a really good cast. Everybody's in it, even Mary Steenburgen. Now, Kristen Stewart plays a girl. I wrote it down. It's directed by Clea Duvall, who did the story and co-wrote the film. Abby goes home with her girlfriend Harper for the Christmas holidays, where she plans to propose in front of the whole family. But she finds out that Harper isn't out to her family, and they both have to pretend to be straight roommates. Wackiness ensues, and I really liked that movie. It was a very big surprise for me. I'm like, what's this cute little movie? I think it's going to be a holiday classic, so check that out. Happiest Season. Now at number 8 is Soul from Disney Pixar. This is about it's about a jazz pianist and school teacher, and he has a manhole accident. That is, he falls into a manhole, and his soul leaves his body, and he goes to the great beyond and starts a big adventure. And he doesn't want to stay there. He doesn't want to be dead, because he finally has this jazz opportunity at a club, and he must get back. And oh, it is so cute, and it's so beautiful. Of course, those Pixar and Disney movies always are, but look at the characters, how cute, the little soul. And yes. Okay, that's on Disney Plus. Now, at number 7 is Menari. This is set in 1983. Here's the grandmother and the grandson. It's set in 1983, and it tells the story of the Yi family, a Korean-American family who move to a small Arkansas town to start a farm. Now, you would think that would be boring as hell, but it is so good. and it's nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and who also did the screenplay, and Lee Isaac Chung is the director and writer. And the Best Actor nomination is for Steven Yeun, who was in The Walking Dead as Glenn. And of course, supporting actress nomination is for Yoon Yoo Yang. And I must shout out to the small boy Alan Kim plays David, and he just steals the show. But yes, this is on video on demand. It's the third movie out of the 20 that I saw in the theater. And it's just so good. It's on Amazon Prime for $19.99, or you can see it still in theaters. Yes, so check out Menari. At number 6, we have Palm Springs. Now this can be found on Hulu, and it's a sci-fi romantic comedy starring Adam Sandberg. Andy Samberg. Sorry, Andy. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Andy Samberg from Saturday Night Live is the star, and he meets up with Christina Milioti, who was the mother from How I Met Your Mother, spoiler alert. And it's this time loop thing. They're trapped in this time loop at a wedding in Palm Springs. What a nightmare. And it's her sister who's getting married. And they're just strangers, and they meet, and they're trapped in this time loop, and every day repeats, a la Groundhog Day. Now, it was nominated for 2 Golden Globes, including Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, and Best Actor for Andy Samberg. And I really found that one amazing and charming. At number 5 is I Care a Lot. Now, this is an infuriating movie. It's on Amazon. And it stars Rosamund Pike, and she's this awful woman with a harsh haircut, and she's in cahoots with like a doctor and an uncaring court system to become legal guardians to elderly people, and she's takes their money, puts them in a nursing home, and sells off all their assets. Does this really happen in the world? And she meets up with the wrong old lady, Diane Wiest, who's not really that old. She's just in her early 70s. But can you believe they could do that? Oh, I was infuriated. Now, this is nominated, or it was nominated for Golden Globe, and Rosamund Pike won. So check that out on Amazon. At number 4 is Nomad Land, which I loved, starring Frances McDormand. I love this logo here. Now, it's about a woman who leaves her Nevada home when the whole town shuts down because the businesses are really, it's just one big business there, like a factory, and it shuts down. So everybody in the town has to move. The whole zip code is just eradicated. So she says she's not homeless, she's houseless. She lives in a van and she travels around, and she meets up with all sorts of amazing people who are nomads. And this movie was fascinating. Again, it sounds like one that would be boring as hell, and it's so beautiful. And it was written, edited, produced, and directed by Chloe Zhao. And yes, I think it's going to win the Best Picture at the Academy Awards. It's on Hulu, and you must check it out. It's nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actress for Frances McDormand. And the people, it's so real and so beautiful. I can't say enough about it. Now, at number 3 is The Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, this has an all-star cast, and it's on Netflix. And it's about 7 people on trial for various charges surrounding the uprising at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. It's very powerful. It's a true story, and it's written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. and it's nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor for Sacha Baron Cohen, and Best Original Screenplay. So, yes, check that out. Now, at number 2, I really love this one. Promising Young Woman. Now, this is on video on demand and in theaters right now. It stars Carey Mulligan. She is a traumatized young woman, a promising traumatized young woman whose friend committed suicide, and she's seeking vengeance against those who caused it and those who behave badly. So, yes, I won't say too much, but it is nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Actress for Carey Mulligan herself, who is marvelous in it. And the director also wrote the original screenplay that's nominated, Emerald Fennell. And this movie is a comedy thriller. It is harrowing. I didn't know where it was going to go, and I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Now, at number 1, you've probably guessed if you've seen my show before. Now, this may not be the best movie to everybody, but it was the movie in 2020 that I needed and that I enjoyed the most. I make no apologies. It's The Prom. Now, this was on Netflix. It's from Ryan Murphy. It's based on the 2018 Broadway musical, which I loved. It's the film version with Meryl Streep. I almost said Glenn Close. Meryl Streep, James Corden, everybody's in it, an all-star cast. And it is charming. It's about a girl who wants to take her girlfriend to the prom, so they cancel the prom, and these Broadway stars descend on this small Indiana town, and wackiness ensues, as they say. But it has heart. The music is amazing. It was nominated for 2 Golden Globes, including Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. And James Corden was also nominated. It's directed by Ryan Murphy, so he threw a lot of money at it. The screenplay is by Bob Martin and Chad Buguelan. I never know how to say his last name. And the music is by Matthew Sklar. I just love The Prom. It's such a feel-good movie. So, those are my top 20 movies of 2020. And Blackie Humphrey was there watching with me for most of them. And he loved them too. Didn't you? So, if you need some movies, go and try and check these out. And I'm already making a list for 2021. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.